When you're selling on Amazon FBA, one thing that you're going to have to worry about that you didn't think you're going to have to worry about when you got started is probably stranded inventory, which is essentially inventory that you ship into Amazon. It gets to their fulfillment centers and then it's not available for sale for a variety of reasons. So today I want to fix my stranded inventory because honestly, I haven't done it in like 3 or 4 months. I want to go over the reasons why your inventory might be stranded, fixing my stranded inventory, because I thought you could just do it through seller help, but you have to do it actually another way, which is a little more complicated for one specific issue that I've been having, but luckily I got it fixed and I want to show you how I can do that, as well as just going over what stranded inventory is. So don't judge me for putting this in the microwave. I literally haven't had a microwave for like months as well. If you've logged on to Seller Central before, you've probably seen stranded inventory because it's just on the main page when you log on there. You have your open orders at the top, all this, and then all these little boxes down here. One of them is stranded inventory. And right now, as we can see, I have 13 total units stranded, 5 stranded more than 15 days. Used to be way more than that, and then Amazon said, get your crap out of Amazon right now. So I did. But if we click into fix stranded inventory, you'll see all the reasons for your inventory being stranded. On this page, you'll see the SKU and the condition, the product name, as well as the ASIN. Then we have the price, how many you have available or would be available if they weren't stranded anymore. The auto removal date, which, ooh, this one is actually today. So good thing we're working on this video. And then date of stranded event. So yeah, this one's been stranded since February. And I had some that were stranded since December until I removed them last week. Then you have the stranded reason, which is really important. And then it gives you some things on this left side that could potentially help out with fixing the stranded inventory. We have relist or create a new listing on all of these. Actually, on these deleted listings, it should be easy enough to just create a new listing, which is all I'll have to do. So click into that, put in whatever the price, item condition is going to be new, and then save and finish. And then this should not be stranded anymore, but you honestly don't even have to do anything on this page. I used to hit save and continue and go through all that. You honestly don't even have to worry about that though. So for all these ones that are deleted listings, I'm just going to go through and create new listing. So now that I did all of that, I actually real quick want to open up Amazon's page that describes what all of these stranded reasons could be, because I think I've seen all of them at this point. Talk through how to fix each of them because most of them are honestly pretty simple. This last one though, missing SKU, which I still have on this page a bunch of times, is the most complicated one. And that's how I got all these deleted listings, because I fixed it and then I didn't go back and finish the fixing of it because I wanted to make this video with you guys. So let me go ahead and just open up that page real fast and we can see the stranded reason. But it's just saying that the main reasons why it would happen is that you delete or close a listing or change it from FBA to FBM, which is something that you can maybe do by mistake. I've never had that problem before though. Product listing issues, infringement concerns like IP claims, or system errors can also result in stranded inventory. That last one's the most annoying, the system errors one, but it does happen and it's not normally a big deal. So if we go down here to resolve stranded inventory issues, it'll show you all of the reasons why your inventory might be stranded. Okay, I have not had all these actually. Never mind. The very top one, we have B2B restricted, means that it can only be sold by approved business-to-business merchants. But if that happens, they just say that you literally just have to create a removal order. Blocked listing, this is when it's restricted, not available to sell. Due to intellectual property concerns, quality issues, or product safety. I have had this happen to me when I get IP claims on an item. It just says blocked listing and goes to stranded inventory. Then you have to resolve it there. Those are super annoying. I have some other videos about IP claims. Here you need to either file an appeal or create a removal order for this inventory. Normally, I just create a removal order because it's normally only a couple of units. Deleted listing means that the listing has been deleted, which is what we have. Activate the offer, so create a new listing. Pretty simple process. Discontinued listing, you just need to create a new listing again. Never had that one before. Expired product, I've never had this one before either because you really have to make sure that you watch expiration dates before you send stuff into Amazon. Food safety investigation, I've never had this happen either, luckily. Ooh, wow, it says that you have to contact the manufacturer or brand owner for applicable product safety testing and compliance document. Inventory error, this is a very interesting one, and this is mostly the system error. Essentially, Amazon system just needs to update. Normally that one, I don't even do anything and it's gone within 24 hours. If it's longer than that, I just reach out to seller help and say, hey, this is stranded, what's up with that? And normally it'll get resolved right then and there. Inventory under review is also a scary one. No action is currently required. It's under a customer service review, but there might be additional information in the case log. If it's determined that your inventory cannot be relisted, you're required to do a removal order. I think it's probably something like a customer will say that your inventory is used, listed as new. Never had that happen to me because you got to make sure that your quality control standards and sending stuff in are high. Item merge, I've never had to deal with. Item restricted, I have had to deal with. Normally that happens when I send an inventory and then I get restricted in. I think that only happened at the very beginning of when I was selling. Listing closed means that the end date for the listing is passed, so you just need to relist it and then hit save and finish. Listing error, I feel like is pretty similar to inventory error. Contact seller partner support, but when I have had that one, I haven't had to deal with it pretty much. It's just gone away. Merchant fulfilled means that it's at an FBA thing and you just changed your listing to merchant fulfilled. Miscategorized ASIN, I've never had this either, but it says it's apparently listed in the incorrect category. Product should be correctly matched to the category or subcategory because sellers are not allowed to categorize items to bypass Amazon category restriction process. I don't do this at all, but I do see listings sometimes in stores that are definitely not for the correct category. So this is one reason why you might want to stay away from that, because if Amazon catches, then you're not going to be able to sell it anymore. Missing price means that there's no price for your listing. There's also a couple more pricing ones down here. Wow, there are a lot of these. Missing SKU, this is the one that I was just talking about. Essentially, this happens when you delete a listing and then your inventory comes back. I have this mostly happen to me when I delete listings via Inventory Lab instead of via Amazon. And we'll come back to this one at the very end after I get through those, because that's the one that I need to do on the rest of these and show you how to do, because it's not super complicated, but it's kind of annoying that it's not just like a one simple button that you have to click. You have packaging issues, quality issues, potential logo misuse, potential trademark misuse, product recall, product safety investigation, product update required, qualification required from brand, category, or item. Those three are all if you're gated in the item and you send it into Amazon. Sometimes this happens if a gating comes up after the item has been sent to Amazon, because occasionally Amazon will re-gate categories for you, or just in general, or a brand will start to gate their categories. This happened to me with like Mission. I wasn't gated in them, and then I got gated in them. Luckily, I didn't have any inventory there, but if I had inventory at Amazon that hadn't already sold, I would get qualification required brand, and then I would just have to get qualified, and if I can't, then I'd have to do a removal order for those items. Same for the category or for the item. Restricted ASIN. Similarly, you have restrictions. Sometimes you'll see this when you're in a store. It doesn't say that you can request to get ungated. It's just that red warning sign that says you're restricted. If items become restricted, which has happened to me for categories like pesticides, luckily I was able to get ungated in the category or unrestricted, but you have restricted product ASIN, restricted program, or restricted ASIN. Trademark misuse, which is bad, under hazmat review, which isn't the end of the world, but sometimes this happens when stuff isn't hazmat and then they start to put hazmat restrictions on it, and then unexpected inventory received. I've never had this one happen before, but this can happen. Say you forget to put something in your shipment plan to Amazon and you send it in. This will probably be what happens, unexpected inventory received. And then to make it available, you need to create a new listing, which just makes sense. But you can have problems with if you do that too many times, because you're supposed to send in the inventory that you say. So let's get back up real fast to missing SKU and talk about how you go about fixing this. It does say it right here, so it's not as complicated as you would think. There are multiple steps that you would have to do. It says step one is just click relist and save and finish. That doesn't work. Ever. That has not worked a single time when I've done that on these missing SKU listings. Every single time that I have done that, nothing has happened at all. So what I have to do is clicking relist. You have to delete the listing first. So go up here, delete the listing, and then step two is click create a new listing, set a price. I actually just did this wrong on all those other listings that are deleted, which is why they're still stranded right now. So we'll see what happens to those. But once the listing is deleted, we'll actually try to redo it on this other listing right here. Instead of doing what I did, just hitting create a new listing and going for it, you go create a new listing, put in your price information, everything like that, item condition, new, and then instead of saying fulfilled by Amazon, you actually go to merchant fulfilled, and then you put the quantity to 0. This has worked. I've done this before. I totally spaced on doing this. After that happens, you would go back into your inventory. I'll just do it on this random inventory here. You action on one selected here, change to fulfilled by Amazon. It is already fulfilled by Amazon, so I'm not going to click that. But since it would be fulfilled by merchant at that point with 0 inventory, all you have to do is hit change to fulfilled by Amazon. And that is the only thing that has worked for me to get those missing SKU stranded inventory things out of my stranded inventory. I do see now though that I just updated a listing and I have a potential high pricing error. This is another thing that can happen if Amazon thinks that you're outside of fair pricing, even though I have sold it for that price for a long time. Apparently they don't think you can do that anymore. So I just lower it by a little bit and see if they accept it, and continue to do that until it gets to the bottom price. Then I'll set that as the max price in Be Cool, because that's where I'm allowed to sell it, and that way Be Cool isn't repricing it to where it will get stranded again. Hopefully this helps you fix all of your stranded inventory if you might be having problems with that, or just learning about what it is and how to avoid it. It's pretty simple. You just got to make sure that you're managing it on top of your inventory, unlike I have been for the past 4 months. If, however, you want to see how I've been getting back into Amazon, I have this playlist of videos for my time reselling in Grand Junction area, and this playlist of videos for my time reselling all throughout places that I was sleeping at a bunch of Walmarts going down through South Colorado. I'll see you there.